Most of America are familiar with people who are famous because we watch those programs like Entertainment Tonight and others, ET Television, or we see things on the news. We see things through, if we have our Twitter account working, our Twitter accounts, or through our Facebook channels. But in truth, YouTube and Instagram are becoming sort of the new craze. I still haven't figured out how Instagram works, but I'm working on that, and I'm trying to be a little bit more updated at my age. The truth is that everyone has to understand that films today teach us things. What we learned from the Batman films, I continue to inspire myself to talk about because when police officers do not do their job, we end up with cities like Gotham, cities of sin, Sodom and Gomorrah all over again because they refuse to pick up the cretins that begin the problems. You see, once a person gets a little bit of off on their life, they start to impact the community. The impact to a community is different for each man. Each person impacts a life a different way. And there are women who walk into communities and own them in seconds and then leave and depart, and what happens to them. You see, it's not about that. You see, if you're a predator, then you're a prey. Meaning, if you're a predator, you want to be preyed upon. So you often pick the biggest jerks from the type of community you're accustomed to being in to be a part of your life, but that doesn't help you to strive to the heights that God has planned for you. Sometimes in the past, we have to realize that our past is now concluded, that the chapter of life is now finished. And with each decade, we gain new wisdom, we hope, wit and wisdom, wisecracking not at all, although we do that in our age. But we always have to remember the humility of God, that God is always more powerful, God is always more omnipotent, God is always more omniscient and omnipresent, which means God knows everything. And I am grateful every single day for how the angels around my life, the angels around all of us, help me to survive the cold. You see, they help me to buy what I need for the week, and they help guide me into what I should and shouldn't eat. And when they do that, I withstand starvation. I withstand the cold. Now, the hardest part at this time of year for anyone who's homeless is staying warm. So if you see a homeless person, please buy them some hot hands hand warmers and body warmers, which are a slightly bigger pack. The feet warmers, the toe warmers don't really last. They become quite hard with the moisture of our feet. But a hand warmer can slip into the shoe pretty neat. At the same time, so can a hot body warmer slip into shoes to keep our feet from freezing in the cold. You can also get people an electric blanket, I suppose, but it has to be a color that can handle the depth and the dirt of which we sleep in, of which we live upon. You see, most of us would love to go to a hotel, but we don't have the funds to do so. And even when we do have the funds to do so, there's always a risk with the people who work there, whether or not they know how to do their job correctly within the lines of the law, or whether they open the door at all. I can remember staying in Fishers, Indiana on the grace of an old sheriff. I'm pretty sure he was a sheriff, if I remember correctly, and his wife, basically. And I got put in a hotel room, but at night someone came in and took my thumb drives, stole from me. Thankfully, because of my capabilities on my computer, I was able to report it immediately and I got my things back. And many times the Lord has told me that they're going to take this, these police officers are going to take this from you in Noblesville, but you will get your things back. Now, at that time, they were probably just trying to see what I had so that they could make a note if something went missing. Because every time I laid myself down, someone was stealing my faith fobs that I was making in an immoral attack on my faith. But usually I think it was just the Muslims and the Mexicans who were working illegally, who saw somebody sleeping and said, I'll just take what I want for me. That is not America. America is about home of the free, absolutely. Land of the brave, most definitely. But it's not about thieving from you and me.